Now, often people get very caught up in social media in terms of the technology, and there is certainly that. But I also want you to consider that social media is more about a fundamental shift in the way that people communicate. If you think about it, even just a few years ago, people were not Googling us necessarily. They weren't checking out profiles, looking to see what we were about. But today, for any sales professional listening, well, actually for any person listening, before you walk into that next sales meeting, that next interview, whatever it might be, no doubt people have already Googled you, or they've gone to LinkedIn, they've looked at your Facebook profile, checked you out on Twitter. So what you need to be asking yourself is, what will your buyer find? For that very reason alone, it's so important that you take the time to craft well thought out and compelling profiles on whatever platform you choose to use. The other big thing here is social media is without question changing the business approach. It's less about selling and more about connecting with your audience. You really want to be building these relationships in advance of sales opportunities. And things like what InsideView has put together today and what Coca is hosting here with this webinar, this is an example of how we are striving to provide compelling, valuable information to everyone who is on the call today so that you get a good sense of what we're all about. Social media has also kind of moved from like large campaigns to smaller acts. It's more individuals connecting and then connecting through their networks and going more and more viral. And then it's also moved more from this notion of controlling the message, which there really is not any such thing these days as control, but we're moving more to a model where it's more transparency and authenticity, where you're really having, people-to-people type discussions. And lastly, it's not about hard to reach anymore. The information, people you want to get access to, it's available pretty much anytime, anywhere. And so this is really what social media is all about. Again, a change in the way that we approach business and the way that we now communicate with each other and search out information about products and services.